Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is Wednesday, the 31st of July. This is my daily midweek update, and it is the last trading day of the month. And we've had some interesting day. We gapped up big, we held it, we pushed through the Fed, and as Powell talked, we pushed higher all the way to 550, 350, and now we're rolling over as headlines are coming out that Iran's supreme leader has ordered direct strikes on Israel um, after they assassinated the Hamas political leader. So it was kind of interesting to me that, first of all, that the market shrugged off that news overnight this morning. It just didn't care. Now it's suddenly caring. So look at this candle. What happened yesterday? We were weak. We gapped up big. We were still up big on the day on the SPY. We filled this gap. This gap that was here, gone, came up, filled it, said sayonara, see you, take care. And now we're coming off as uncertainty over what may or may not happen in the Middle East creeps back into the market here. Bottom line is Powell came out. The Fed statement was not dovish, did not hint at a September cut. Powell came out initially hawkish, and then as they asked questions and they went after him, he basically admitted that a September cut was on the table and they were talking about it, but no decisions were made. Translation, we're leaning towards it. Inflation data is moving in the right direction. So the question is here is what's the next move? And I think it really depends on earnings. And now we're going to have to add the uncertainty of what happens over in the Middle East on top of this. So we'll see how we go here. But overall, market was in nice recovery mode today before this late headline came in. So let's look around and see what else is going on. First of all, the VIX still down on the day, not moving very much. Bonds, nice breakout today. And this is big for the market, guys. If you're not paying attention, I've been talking with members about this. This goes up. That means rates come down. This is good for small business. This is good for the consumer. Nice little move here on bonds, breaking this downtrend. The Qs popped, got close to the 50-day before coming in after Microsoft and AMD's earnings last night. We'll talk about them more in a minute. The IWM was trying to break out, broke above the multi-year high here, and now came back in with the markets. The Dow was fairly strong today. Energy not doing much, coming back in a bit. The financials were up today, put a new all-time high in before coming in. Goldman Sachs leading there. Should look quickly at crude. Crude, you got a big candle here. This is in response to these statements. It was up all day. So crude reacting like it's worried. Crude is the thing to watch. Guys in my room and everybody else, keep an eye on crude. Crude will tell you what the market thinks is going to happen in the Middle East. If crude comes back down, it's going to say it's not worried. If crude continues to run up higher, it's going to say it's worried. That is the thing to keep your eyes on now. So let's talk about today. Talk about NVIDIA. If you're with us today, NVIDIA had 19 call alerts, 24 alerts total. And, it gapped up big and they started coming after it right away. Why is NVIDIA up so much today? Well, because while I love AMD and their earnings were decent, it shows they're not yet in any way tapping into the NVIDIA's market share. Translation, NVIDIA looks fine. Nobody's touching them. You had a nice move up there, and you have a big move up here on NVIDIA today, and it came all the way up to the 21-day before coming down. And again, right away out of the open, we had call alerts. I traded with NVIDIA once today. People in the room were trading it all day. They did great. The SMH's nice recovery candle here today. AMD, I made a lot of money on it. Traded this one today, had a nice trade on it lasted after hours, but not lugging the action here. So let's talk about what's going on with AMD again briefly here. While they beat on earnings and they did raise their guidance, the real problem here for AMD is, they are talking still about the future. Well, the market wants the future to be now. This is 3 quarters now of selling their AI chips. They'll have a new chip next year, they said, and another chip the year after that. They said they have a large pipeline, but most people in the pipeline are still testing and evaluating not only their chips, but their ecosystem and their software. And the market's just tired of hearing that. Okay, so the market's ready for this once this. Microsoft came all the way back. Microsoft went all the way back up here before turning over late. I kind of agree with Bernstein's statement that it's probably range bound for a while. The report wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Guidance was the same, but overall, just in a quiet place here hanging out. You look at the rest of the market here today as we go in tonight. We have big earnings tonight. We have Meta, we have Qualcomm, we have ARM, we have Lam Research is in there. Oh, guys, who else do we have? Help me out here. Carvana, Etsy, eBay. So you got a big night here tonight. Tomorrow morning, Moderna, Crocs, W, and Roblex, and then Apple and Amazon tomorrow night. So the market now is going to focus on these big tech names because the first couple have been mixed to not great. These guys need to hit it out of the park. Like Microsoft needs to be, I'm sorry, Amazon and Meta and Apple need to hit it out of the park here to really get this market going again. So with that said, guys, I'll see you guys early in the AM, staying late with the guys in the room for earnings tonight. And if you want to join us, link in the description below. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening.